It's no secret that I'm a Kirby fan, right? I mean, like, you guys see the videos I'm putting out, don't you? I think I make that pretty obvious. I played these games all the time throughout my teenage years, ever since I got Superstar Ultra and Triple Deluxe sometime in 2014 or 2015. I can never remember which one. Since then, I've played almost every single mainline game in the series, up to and including Kirby and the Forgotten Land. I love these games to death, and that's for a lot of different reasons, but I recently came to understand what might be my biggest reason why. Let me walk you through my discovery process a bit, and fair warning, it is a bit tangenty. I don't talk about it a lot, but I consume speedrun content all the time. It is endlessly interesting to me. I've sat down for every record history video from Summoning Salt, videos on controversial runners from Abisoft, and controversial glitches or techniques from Lunatic J, along with many others. But the one most relevant to this topic is Sample, and his incredible 100% tool-assisted speedruns of both Superstar Ultra and Squeak Squad. I don't remember which one I was watching at the time. Maybe it was the Superstar one, maybe it was the Squeak Squad one, or maybe it was that live replay that he did at the last SGDQ, but that part isn't important. What is important is that it got me thinking. Pretty much any Kirby task relies on abusing the mix mechanic to farm invincibility candies and have immediate access to whatever copy ability has the most broken movement tech. Without that, the run becomes reliant on the pre-existing ability and enemy placement, and if you don't have that, then you're pretty much forced to gamble. Obviously, they can do it a lot better because they're able to time it, but for someone like me, that's not exactly the hallmark of a speed game, at least in the way I see it. And that was weird to me, because Kirby seemed to be the only one like this. Every other recognizable Nintendo franchise around this time had entries that grew into massive speed games. Super Mario World, A Link to the Past, Super Metroid. Mechanically speaking, Kirby is like an anti-speed game. It does everything it can to slow you down, but it never feels very intentional. It's done subtly, so that you don't feel sluggish or bogged down. And this isn't just the thing with these older titles, no. Kirby's actually pretty damn fast in older games compared to more recent entries. Hell, I remember going from Planet Robobot back to Triple Deluxe and thinking to myself, wow, was Kirby always this slow? Clearly this is an intentional choice, and it differs from game to game. So what's up with that? It was while watching this masterful and humanly impossible display of technical mastery that made me realize what it might be. I think it's because of the emphasis put on Kirby's world. I mean, think about it. No one location in any Kirby game is the same, even between two different levels in the same world. There's a lot of thought and care put into the environment, and I think Kirby being a little more slow-paced was done to allow players to be a little more immersed, to take in more of this incredible detail. That's Kirby's strong suit, his art direction. And I want to talk about that.
We can all learn a thing or two from Kirby. Just kill the people who make you mad.
It's crazy because I'm actually playing Fighters 2 right now.
I'm only like one pixel away from death. I'm like, anyways.
Rolling Turtle rolls worst arena in series history. Ass to...
I'm of the firm belief that Kirby's Adventure is still one of the best-looking 2D Kirby games. Yes, even after the flagship games and everything on the DS. And I think that for a multitude of reasons, the least of which is the color palette. These are edible colors. That is all. But above that, Adventure has one of the strongest sets of art design across the entire series, and it being the first Kirby game that used more than 4 absolutely terrible colors on a tiny-ass handheld screen with no backlight, it had to get this right. And boy did it. It pulls out all the stops, but is never defined enough to give you a 100% certain idea of where you are or what's happening. And with the impressionism of low-bit graphics, combined with the limitations of 2 dimensions and the console's own processing power, Kirby's Adventure crafts a wonderful and vibrant world that does everything it can to keep you guessing. So let's guess a little together and start the game. But first, I have to give credit to the people over at videogamemaps.net and vgmaps.de for their work creating all of the level maps I'll be using for B-roll footage whenever I'm not using gameplay footage. Without them, I would be eating up a lot more hard drive space and RAM to bring this project to life. Speaking of projects, I added a little secondary gimmick to this video to up the production quality, give me more work to do, and ultimately force me to make digital art that isn't part of a magma with friends, because that's all I've been doing lately, it feels like. For every world of the game, I'll be making a very special, fully fledged digital painting of them, attempting to bring each part of the world to life while retaining the original vision as much as possible. It was a lot of work, which you'll get to see with the help of this newfangled speed paint technology, which I'll put here, sure. Okay, no more bullshit. Let's bring dreams back to dreamland. Right out of the gate, the vibrancy of the world is put on full display. The greenery at the base of Vegetable Valley, the lake and forest surrounded by massive mounds. You start to ascend up the valley, picking through what feels like hundreds of little waterfalls, passing by a grove basted with succulent flowers, even if only for a moment. The sky gets progressively more gray the higher you go, everything below becoming obscured by clouds, and you climb and you climb and you climb, ultimately reaching the highest peak. The forest that gleams in the sun before any other. Then you fight Wispy and move on to the next world. Pretty standard for Kirby. It's the shortest world in the game, possibly of any Kirby game, with only 4 levels consisting of 5 sections at most. And yet, I haven't seen a modern Kirby game capture the same style any other time. Not in Peanut Plains, not in Cookie Country, hell, not even in either of the 2 grasslands. There's something different about it, even if it is the stereotypical first level of a platformer. A lot of people say the first plains or grass-themed stage is always the most boring stage in any game because everybody does it. World 1 of Mario is grass, Green Hill Zone is grass. It's everywhere, it's overdone, you can't escape it. But what if you don't want to? That's what Vegetable Valley does. It's never the same thing twice. There's always a natural sense of progression. You really feel like you're going somewhere, and that's the most important job of a first level. You can move as fast or as slow as you want to, getting in the action or choosing to ignore it, looking for all kinds of hidden secrets. But if you never feel like you're going anywhere, then what's really the point of it all? I tried capturing this variety as best I could with every painting, but Vegetable Valley needed as good of a showing as it could get. The primary focus, as to be expected, was the lake at the bottom of the valley, viewed from the angle of the Red Rock Plateau that you fight Poppy Bros from. You could see the sand gutters and the tall fence things. Look, nobody knows what these things are. There's waterfalls on rock walls, the distant forest on the hilltop. The only thing I couldn't find a place for was the checkered ground full of cannons from Stage 3. Really odd place, that. On an especially bright day, the oppressive mountains in the distance seemed to bring winds of beauty into the valley, christening the grass with dew and making the forest twinkle with blocked sunlight. It was a lot closer to morning when this was made, so a lot of that detail is sorely missing. But this is still no stagnant plains fodder. Ice Cream Island starts us out on a lovely palm beach, coconuts everywhere. Things wind up sandy as you go further out, with some hefty and harsh hills. Nope, I tried to press select. Eventually it comes back around to a forest, clear enough to still see the shimmering water, rivers flowing through, the roots of the trees going underneath the platforms and bridges.
We're on our way to go fight Nightmare and save the world from nightmares.
Breaking out of the forestry leads to this odd structure, with the only way forward involving some classic demolition. And this structure is what brings me to my favorite of the 5 basic questions. Why? Why is this here? Which will naturally lead to more questions, such as, who built this? And more importantly, who left it in the state that it is now? Adventure is one of my favorite games to speculate on like this, both because of the interpretive nature of limited artistic expression, and because, well, no one else is having these discussions. These questions are all mine. I don't have an answer for you, but I don't wish that I did. I believe there should never be one concrete way to explain something's existence in a story, unless it has something major to do with the plot. This place? Oh, it looks nice, but you'd be hard-pressed to find any plot relevance here. All we know for sure is that it leads to this lovely little waterfall area, which I can only assume is underground, since you're forced to grab the warp star to progress. We may have just caused a cave-in. Oh well. Our flight drops us off on a nearby dunescape, and after swallowing this very carefully placed tire, we can zip our way across the dunes. Once we've had our fill of the drive, we can begin to explore some ruins. These look to me like watchtowers, or perhaps the battlements of a larger fort. Sure enough, the inside of this place is full of traps and tricky pathways and a corner camper. We duck in and out of these ruins for a bit, getting a taste of the water below and above ground, getting ambushed by some LARPers, which, come on guys, do you really gotta be here? Like, freeze a crowd, man. So how will this stage keep things interesting? We've seen 3 levels so far, and there have been some interesting things in the latter half, but everything else has just been forests and beaches. Where's the sauce? You want sauce? Sure, I'll give you some. You just gotta hop up into the clouds for me, because we're in a sky palace, baby! This place has everything! Look at these guys having a blast. Oh, hold on a sec, I gotta turn off my alarm. Would you shut up? And the last little set dressing Ice Cream Island has for us is the city in the sky, home to many Kabu and Starmen. So many people seem to live in the clouds around here. It's honestly gorgeous.
One of the most iconic set pieces of this game to me is this like city in the sky.
Yeah, like that's so cool to me. This game is freaking beautiful. I love the way Adventure looks. It is so pretty.
I mean, look at this room. I never even went in here, but this is just the coziest. Fitting for this world's boss, Paint Roller.
Why can't you come back, dude? I love you so much. Your boss fight is so fucking cool.
Oh, Paint Roller.
Yeah, I don't care what they say. This guy was cool.
We miss you, Paint Roller. We really do.
Oh, Paint Roller, how the times have hated you so. You weren't even a bad or boring fight. Hal just left you behind. It's a real damn shame. You were one of my favorites. I dedicate this painting to you, my friend. Even if the skies are a little dreary, I hope you enjoy it. It's unfortunate that the clouds were so eager to claim the sun's light and replace it with rain, but the beauty of the water was still there. The distant deserts and fortresses, that oh-so-prominent Sky City. It's a view you were familiar with, I imagine, though you tend to prefer still life subjects over landscapes. I don't judge. You're the master, after all. I pray you're living your best life out there, hopefully on some kind of bougie beachside mansion. It's what you've earned. Oh god, what is up with that chat? Where is that coming? Holy, okay. Found out where we're going next.
Butter Building.
The courtyard of Butter Building is surrounded by a dense forest, and the entrance corridor is heavily guarded. You'll have to break your way in, even if what's inside doesn't exactly seem worth defending at a first glance.
My fucking alarm that won't stop going off.
The tower has an odd construction and interior design, being made of these interconnected, colorful blocks. Blue, green, pink, gray. You wouldn't think it'd work with such an oppressive white wallpaper, these tan bricks and ornate golden decals, but the combination is surprisingly effective. The tower's interior isn't nearly as bustling as the outside, though, which Kirby has to brave through on occasion. The tower spinning as you walk around it is such an iconic visual, it never fails to amaze me.
God damn it. Give me that fucking shit. It's okay. I can make for a better one. It's only marginally better. Fuck.
That Bronto bird came straight for you to finish the job.
Yeah, they fucking suck. There we go. Now we're fucking
You are
cooking with
fine.
God.
Oh god. Now we're cooking. No, we're not mixing. We are not cooking anymore. UFO's gone.
The tower isn't all sunshine and rainbows, however. Some sections of it are decidedly more decrepit. Ugly gray walls, a diseased-looking wallpaper in an ugly brown. Platforms that look and feel more like bridges, and look, this place is just falling apart. How does anybody let this happen? I doubt it belongs to DDD. He's not really a tower guy. Nor is he the type who'd keep such an ugly bug in his special little grotto here.
I didn't want to go in the door. What am I supposed to do about this? Nothing. There's nothing I can do.
But he is the kind of guy to build needlessly complicated things, and that's the best way I can describe this next section. The entire second half of the stage is one big maze of going back and forth between two almost identically mirrored rooms. Who would ever live like this? Navigation is a nightmare here. And that's not even mentioning the traps everywhere. Enticed with an extra life surrounded by spikes. What fucking cruelty. Eventually, Kirby's had enough and just decided to skip a bunch of the tower with the warp star. And I don't fucking blame him. And of course, he stops on the floor that had an ambush waiting. What's the matter? Are we having too much fun? Oh, this is gorgeous. We're in between two halves of the same spire, having to ascend by the clouds and the wind for like 2 seconds. And then these interiors just get weirder. I mean, this room looks unfinished, this room looks like it went to the Children's Hospital School of Interior Design, and then we just randomly end up in a ooh, Max Tomato. But nothing. And I really mean nothing compares to this final challenge. There's bombs, random nature rooms, another part of the tower you're forced to stick to the side of. Not that I mind. And worst of all, blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. And this is cool. How exactly, Mr. Cool Spook? Huh? You think those shades can carry you into stardom? You're just a Casper reject. Get the hell out of my face. Wait, why the hell am I even mad at this guy? Well, I mean, it's pretty funny, but I don't really think oh, yeah. It's because I mistook this dark room for the one in Grape Gardens, and I dropped Hammer for it, thinking there was a secret button in here.
Come here, you cool bitch.
That's why I'm mad at him. Fucker made me give up Hammer. Ugh. Well, I guess this is as good a time as any to talk about the sub-games. Obviously, because they all take place on one screen and never change up how they look, they aren't too much to talk about. Eggcatcher is a little uninspired, but that's pretty typical for DDD in this era. Crane Fever makes me wish I could drive so I could go out and spend a night at the arcade like I used to when I was a youngster. Arena is, well, it's an arena, and Quick Draw is undeniably the highlight of the bunch. That distant plateau just pops off the screen. The last two technically aren't sub-games, but you find one in every level, and I wouldn't really have a good place to talk about them anywhere else, so I'm lumping them in here too. The museums are a cool concept that I wish came back more explicitly in newer titles, but I can see why they were dropped. I just like the framing of it, the idea that every world has its own special display for different abilities. Sure, we got the ability trial rooms in Dynablade, which became the copy ability rooms seen from Return up to Star Allies, but it's not the same thing. All these rooms just feel mishmashed together from constituent parts. There's no theme to them. We came close in Forgotten Land with the weapon shop, bless that D's soul, but the original concept has never been revisited. And that's a bit of a bummer. The last one is the star stations. You really only use these if you need to backtrack to older levels, and since I beat this entire game in one sitting, I never use these. But they're still very pretty. I wish it actually looked like a station of some sort, though. And yeah, the sub-games are beautiful. Big whoop. Am I good at them? Well, see for yourself.
I do. I love you.
Fuck!
Oh no.
I held it for
Yeah,
too
it's a
long. But who needs tits when you can go fucking gamble at the cranes, baby?
Oh my god, yeah.
That should be perfect, but it is pretty far away. Oh yeah, look at that. He's not moving at all. That's, I don't think that's far enough. That's fine. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. Never been bested at this fucking game.
W.
Alright, now let's go get my shit kicked in by whoever this is. I think it's yeah, it's Bonkers.
He's blue for an amazing reason.
Hell yeah. NBD. It wasn't reading my inputs, oh my god.
Shit.
I don't like those odds. I don't like those odds.
Ooh, okay.
Okay. Bonkers will kill me if I... Okay. We're back at pace. I have to anticipate DDD. I have to anticipate it. Fuck.
Uh-oh.
I have to anticipate DDD or he kills me.
You have to, like, predict it.
Yeah.
Oh!
You can't get it 11. You cannot. I swear. I got it. I anticipated him like once and it was like 0.1 second. That's the only time I've ever been able to beat him.
Okay, so I looked it up. DDD's thing was 11 frames, right?
Yes, it was 11.
If I'm doing the math correctly, average human reaction time, at least to visual stimulus, is 15 frames.
Yeah, so I'm like slightly better than average by like 1 frame.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and you fight the sun and moon at the top of the tower? Okay, here's a painting, let's move on. I rest at the bottom of a heavenly tower, its size and magnitude proving to be difficult to properly capture. As the layers climb higher, their decorations grow more numerous, and I lament that the interior, while infinitely more constricting, is merciful compared to this Leviathan. Even worse, the rain stopped long ago, and the night does little to conceal. Where else to go from the top of this tower? We've already conquered the sun and moon, you'd think that'd be it for us, but no. We're moving on to perhaps the most beautiful landscape in the game, Grape Gardens. A network of palaces nested on the clouds, some reaching high enough to mingle with the stars and auroras. Fluffy cloud platforms, towering spires that get otherworldly visitors.
Come here, you.
What kinds of things can you even see from up here? I am a little scared to look down. Each palace seems to have its own personality, like this one that I'll be calling Castle Poppy Bros. The spires are topped in an emerald green and covered with weather vanes. And because everyone has apparently been anticipating the apocalypse, you gotta break your way into here too. Don't know why anyone would want to hold down this fort though, because this place is flooded. And the parts that aren't are covered in spikes. And then you gotta kill these assholes to leave. God, this place blows. This next one is my favorite, though. Our next task is to traverse an entire fleet of warships, the battalion flying in unison.
Don't shoot me. Don't fucking do it. Swear to God. Thank you.
Are they meant to be protecting Grape Gardens from Kirby? If not, who do they even belong to? Why are they all cramped together like this? Who thought it was a good idea to have all of these high-velocity fan blades accessible from the inside? That's insane. We never get an answer to these questions, even after we wind up docked on a ground floor finery.
Oh no, it's this.
Or is this another forest of some kind? I mean, it's playing the theme called Forest Stage, but those don't look like any leaves I've ever seen. And now I have even more questions.
Fucking birds. I don't care. I don't care about the sword. You can have it. I don't care.
The palace afterwards is full of lush fountains and is home to this stupid turtle that I hate.
I am not fighting him with Wheel. Give me B-Manny Day for this fucking fight. I hate fighting you. But I want to keep as much distance from you as possible.
Oh no.
I'm so glad you did not come back. Because you suck. Fuck, the worst part about him and Bugsy is that if you touch any part of his front hitbox, you get fucking automatically grabbed. There is no avoiding it.
And no, the montage is over, but I'm not done. I had to go back, edit the script, re-record all of these voiceover clips for a couple of reasons. But one of them is to show you just how much I fucking hate this turtle. I'm going to give you a sneak peek at the latter half of this play session. And if that doesn't tell you how much of a fucking piece of shit this guy is to fight, then nothing will. Let me set the stage. First room, Orange Ocean. There's a side room that leads you to a fight with Rolling Turtle. You have no idea going in if this guy is going to give you anything for killing him. And spoiler alert, you don't.
You don't get anything. Are you fucking kidding me?
What?
No forward progression, no secret room. You can't even inhale him for his ability. I want you to fucking guess how long I spent throwing my succulent forehead against the impenetrable brick wall that is Rolling fucking Turtle. Go on, guess. It was 9 minutes. 9 fucking minutes. Granted, some of that was spent going back to other worlds to get different abilities in the hopes that they would help me kill him faster, but that is still a ludicrous amount of time to spend fighting a mid-boss. Fuck this guy. And look, he doesn't even keep his place in tip-top shape. You can just tear down all these walls. The finale takes place at the base of the largest castle of them all, and naturally, Meta Knight rears in his ugly face once again, paradoxically giving you a candy in one room and beating the shit out of you in the next. Can you make up your mind, man? You weren't even guarding anything important here. It's just another palace full of fountains and spikes and gordos. The peak of this castle. Gotta say, probably one of the most lackluster places I've ever visited. Main room is flooded, back rooms all lack electricity, and then you have this completely unregulated cave exit. This is horrifically dangerous and below board. I don't even care about the room service. This is getting a subpar review from me. I would ask who allowed this to happen, but the truth is, I don't even care about that. Krako's hater ass is the one overseeing all the horrific living conditions up here.
Fuck you, Krako.
And knowing that he's a part of this at all, whether as a deity, a ruler, or whatever else, puts a lot of things into place.
I hated fighting you in the original. I'm gonna hate fighting you here. I know that for a fact. What do you mean? Yeah, no, I fucking hate fighting Krako. That's so fucking bullshit. You miss one platform, you're fucking instantly dead. You are such a bitch. Fuck you. You wanna hate so much, I'll hate you right fucking back. I hope you fucking die. I hope you shed one of your fucking spikes and it pricks you in the ass one night because you forget about it. Like stepping on a fucking Lego. I hope it hurts worse than 10 fucking Legos. Stupid bitch.
I don't even want to paint your stupid little kingdom. If it is your kingdom, you little fucking bitch. Okay. I got it out of my system. I'm fine. Nothing against you, Grape Gardens. Me and him just have some bad blood. Except maybe I do have a problem with you, because you took the longest amount of time to make. Almost a full week. And I spent that week well, because for what this painting is lacking in representation for its own world, it instead brings light, no pun intended, to the secondary focal point of every painting in this short series. In every single painting except for Vegetable Valley, some elements of the previous world is present. The valley seen from the castle at the end of Ice Cream Island, which is then visible as a silhouette darkened by nightfall in the Butter Building painting. And for Grape Gardens, we get an all-encompassing view of everything that came before, burning bright in the light of the rising sun. The view that has likely encapsulated thousands, if not millions, of Dreamlanders. It's a view that I believe is more important to capture, since it has been the subject of fascination for so many. And, well, I really wanted to ride on that blimp. I'm starting to feel a little lightheaded, to be honest with you. Not after what just happened. No, I'm fine after that. Like I said, I just, you know, not a lot of oxygen this high in the sky. Luckily, Yogurt Yard smoothly transitions us into the mountainous lands below with a nice free fall.
Oh my god, is this the funny woman body PC kind of moment? I don't know.
That's in Dreamland too.
Oh, wrong game.
Yeah, no blatant fucking pixel tits in this game, sadly.
Strange. Despite the lack of snow, there's a bunch of ice enemies here. Wait, hold on. Why isn't there snow here? We'll be going in and out of mountains for a while, each cavern more treacherous than the last.
I'm surprised I haven't died to a pit yet. Having all these lives, I expected I was going to need them because platformers are the bane of my existence with bottomless pits. I'm just a magnet for them. But I haven't died to one yet. Alright, now, editor me, prepare to slow this clip down and post, then we cut to me falling into a pit in one of the later levels. And I died.
Secret rooms containing cannon traps, massive veins of limestone already mined out, spots of lush caves. The biodiversity is incredible here. Bounders, scarfies, and coconuts.
What? Dude.
Oh, and Bonkers is here too, I guess. I've got a nice view for himself here. Good work, my man. Too bad I gotta kill you. At any rate, the final room of the stage sees a gang of Waddle Dees patrolling one of the many peaks. These guys just keep coming. I wonder where they're headed. You'd think these mountains are ready to collapse, judging by how many caves and tunnels there are. I mean, look at this one. It's so big we gotta use high jump to get out. What is this, a hollowed out volcano or some shit? After gushing out of a geyser, we come to this very odd mountain that seems to be made of wood. It's not a forest on the mountain, no, it's a mountain of logs. Very strange. This place also seems to be home to quite a few wheelie enemies.
Oh. Well, that's not what I wanted.
Maybe this is one of the places Meta Knight raided to power the halberd. Wouldn't surprise me. After a quick beach detour, we fall gracefully into a much deeper cave, flirting with spikes the whole way.
I needed that. I forgot this room was here. Okay, well, we're probably gonna lose this, but...
And would you believe it? This next cave has even more spikes. Oh. And as if things weren't bad enough, Meta Knight's hauled his ass in here too.
Alright, get this thing off of me. I don't want it. He spawned on top of me.
Teleports away, teleports right on top of you.
Though, this time, I can kind of understand where he's coming from.
It happened again.
I mean, just look at this gorgeous waterfall wall. God, this is pretty. And there's a bigger one after it that just goes down and down and down, like a massive sinkhole. Something this beautiful is worth protecting. I don't care who you are.
Yep. That door is significant.
Aww.
I had a feeling. Is there even a way to... Like, what's actually back here? Oh. Oh god, it's a current room.
Oh no.
And it just drops me off halfway down the... Okay.
What?
It just drops me halfway down the waterfall.
Huh.
Sure. There was more to do back there, though. I saw it. I saw it. How did I forget? Like, okay. I must have, like, just completely missed this in my first playthrough, because I don't remember anything about this. Okay, you know what? I'll try it at least once. Nope, not trying it again. And I died for that. You see, I'm a magnet for bottomless pits, I fucking told you.
Oh my god.
It always happens. I'm good at video games until they put a fucking pit near me, and then I just... At some point or another, it will get... I almost did it again.
Oh my god.
Okay, the max is also gone, so then this door is the button. Okay. Hey!
Ooh!
The nearby forests at the base of this water are crawling with critters that guard many secrets.
I don't want to try. That hole screams to me that there's something down there, but I don't want to try it.
I think there might be. I don't remember. It's been forever since I played Adventure. And by that I mean like a year.
Well, we'll find out when this level's over. I don't remember anything else that there could have been. There's a door here! Oh my god, yep, and this is where it is.
Oh my god, this shit. Oh, that's so fucked. Oh my god.
Dude, the game is such a masochist doing it. Oh my god.
You have to be
Dude,
so
I
quick
spent
with
an
it.
hour doing this.
Please, yes!
Oh yeah,
Ooh.
baby.
Woo!
First try. Woo! Hell yeah. Funny hat game.
Don't fucking kill me after that. You
Oh my
fucking
God.
bitch. You fucking bitch. I would have been so fucking pissed if I died after that.
That would have been so upsetting.
Okay, so is there actually anything down here?
I don't
No.
think there's anything in that one. No, okay.
This is the fire lion fight, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rip Fire Lion. I'm pretty sure they replaced him in Nightmare in Dreamland.
No, he was in Nightmare in Dreamland. They wouldn't have been able to bring him back in Superstar Ultra if he wasn't in Nightmare in Dreamland.
Mm.
Ow.
I swear, I don't remember. Thought one of the mid-bosses was replaced in Nightmare in Dreamland. I don't
Yeah, it
remember.
was Rolling Turtle.
Okay, yeah, that's what it was. Okay, yeah.
He was replaced with Fan. Fuck. Can you jump in the air, you asshole? Thank you.
It's already sundown by the time we come out on the other side, but the next morning puts us right in the path of more wheelies. Once again, things are starting to make a whole lot of
That's a pit, but I
sense.
don't need it. That's a pit.
This beach is the last stop and the lowest in altitude across the entire mountain range. On top of the rousing wheelie population, there's another decrepit battlement and a small little resort hut on an island.
God, I hate that. I don't know how to break through. I do know how to break through there. This is how we get through. Die. Okay. Now I have to get through this whole level without losing hammer. Fuck. Ah. Let me get something from the museum to make this fight a little bit easier. I don't want to use that. Fuck. Okay, thank God that works. Fuck. And there it goes. You know what the crazy part is? The only thing this unlocks is the warp zone. The good part is that once they go off screen, they never come back on screen. Okay. There we go. That's the worst one. It has to be. Okay. Give me the button. All I got for that was the warp zone. That took me like 5 tries. I hate this game. I don't. I love it, but I hate it.
Those are always the best games, though.
And look, I know I don't usually have that much to say about the bosses, but I have to talk about Heavy Mole for a second. This boss isn't like the rest.
Give me that back, please. Stop lagging. I know that's a...
Average Kirby's Adventure moment.
The whole idea behind Adventure's boss is all that they're all goons of DDD that he gave pieces of the Star Rod to protect. However, Heavy Mole is the only one with such a strong connection to the part of the world that he's guarding. Sure, Wispy Woods is rooted in a forest, but that's expected of him. Paint Roller is holed up in this coastal castle for some reason, not a lot of connection there. Mr. Shine and Mr. Bright are just kinda up here, even though Grape Gardens ascends higher into the sky than Butterbuilding does. And that fucker Kracko really only has credence over his area because he himself is a cloud. Heavy Mole, on the contrary, is an explanation for all of the caves in these mountains. This ravenous machine has been tearing through the mountains like they're made of styrofoam. For what purpose? I don't know. But it explains all the time we spent going through treacherous caves, despite this being the mountain stage. Now, I had this whole paragraph typed out that I was originally going to end this segment with. I even left it in for editor me to screenshot so I can act like I was prepared for this sudden realization. I'm not saying this paragraph was wrong, but all this talk of Heavy Mole made me realize something about halfway. Yogurt Yard actually flips the script in two ways. First one is obvious and already stated in that first paragraph. We spent the last two worlds ascending into the sky and now we're crashing back down here, but it also flips the script by feeding you a mystery and only giving you the context at the very end. That's different from the previous worlds because all of those usually establish themselves pretty firmly in the first couple of stages. Here, it's kinda all over the place, which would make sense if there was a giant hulking robot digging trenches wherever it sees fit. I can't say if this was the intended conclusion, but if it was, then God do I feel smart.
Woo! I did that first try, goddamn. Oh, I'm gonna have a lot to say about that motherfucker when the video comes out.
Oh god.
And I beat him first try, I swear.
Yogurt Yard marked a turning point in this project in many, many forms. For the playthrough, it meant an increase in engagement because my friends who couldn't talk earlier in the session finally got their talking privileges. For the music, it marked the central idea that all of my arrangements would follow. And for the paintings, it started an odd but not unwelcome streak of finishing them all in one day. I can't tell what it is about Yogurt Yard that caused all this to happen. Maybe it's just because it's my favorite. But nonetheless, I'm grateful. The air burns with the textures of metal and minerals. Iron, sulfur, copper, and the carbon emissions of countless days and nights spent ticking away at the bevy of resources. God, I sound like a damn detective saying this.
Cave-in happened tonight. Signs of foul play all over. Broken dynamite handles, suspicious patterns on the broken stone. It never ends for these poor boys, endlessly giving themselves up for something they'll never get to see. It'd be bad enough without a killer on the loose, and there's not much the unions can do until this case is closed. It's only fair, after all. They drag me out of retirement so I can help others secure their own. I guess I can respect that. I tell ya, oh shit, I'm still doing the voice.
Spending so much time above sea level can be a bit of a drag, so it's good to see some water again, finally. But we've got a job to do, so we're not about to laze about.
Okay. You know what? Just for this one level,
Oh?
I'm making a save state.
I don't think I remember this one. What's this one?
I don't know if you guys remember. I'm more into glitches than most people, but this room has a cool little quirk where you can stone this block, and if you stone again...
I forgot about that!
Yeah!
What happened? Girl, my Discord crashed. Oh my god. Okay.
I can break the game at will.
Good.
Well, you also broke my Discord.
Oh no!
Whoa.
Hi, Waddle Doo.
There's two Waddle Doos.
Yeah, we're just gonna be trying this for a little bit. Oh.
Oh god, I'm getting hard.
Sometimes if you pause like on the right frame, something special will happen. That wasn't it.
Oh my god, what in the horror analog shit is this? I'm scared.
Okay, it's not...
What is happening? It's called Peak is happening. She's breaking the game.
Yeah. You are not supposed to be able to use stone underwater. And so when you do...
Oh god.
The game really likes to bug out. I don't know if it's gonna happen... Oh. Didn't go back far enough. I don't know if it's gonna happen. Shit. But there is a very rare occurrence. It is like a frame-perfect pause trick. Where if you pause on the right frame, you can just warp to the credits.
Oh.
Ah.
Oh.
I did it once earlier today. I want to see if I can get it again. Shit. Nope. Nope. Ah! There have been results that, like, the colors of the status bar change. I haven't gotten that.
Every Kirby adventure is personalized.
Wait, what happens
My
if I press? What happens if I press select instead? Not a lot.
I feel like we're just watching a cursed game at this point, because what the hell is this?
Yeah, you're watching me tear the game to shreds.
If you pause
I
on
see.
the right frame, your computer will explode. It'll be really cool.
Maybe you should like try pressing Alt F4.
You tried
No, you see,
pressing
that
the
warps you
power
to the
button.
title screen. I'm not interested in the title screen warp. I'm interested in the credits warp. Whoop. Oh! I feel like Sugar Conroy doing the fucking 10th episode. We're just gonna be here for like 5 minutes, seeing all the crazy shit that's gonna happen.
Bro,
At one point, we're just gonna get one result where like it just has an Among Us made out of Waddle Doos.
I'm surprised Rolling Turtle hasn't hit me yet.
Yeah.
You know, here. I'll hit him once for good.
oh my
I love it when the fucking audio chip bugs out sometimes, because it just gets
Yeah.
hung up on one note. So like sometimes you get static, sometimes you get bass tones. It's great.
Yeah, like the static just generally sounds so terrifying to me.
I keep looking at the buggy text, like for that one where it turns it all monochrome. I keep looking at like the letters that show up, and it looks like it says short up at the top.
I was gonna say that, but I didn't want to say
Yeah.
that. Like,
Yeah, it's short.
they're calling you short.
Shout. It's like it's an U and an R. Yeah, look at that.
There was like a whole like mountain of it. Like I was just like, why are they calling me short?
Like, look at all the fucking. You can see the Kirby like surprise face sprites in the wall there.
Yeah.
No!
Yeah. I'm gonna get it one of
The
these
first
times. Either we're gonna bug out the
first
screen
one.
some kind of major way, or we get the credits warp. We got the do again. That's not what I want.
I don't know why, but this tile set, that one kind of reminds me of like a Mario 3 world map for some reason. I
Yeah.
don't even know what it is.
The silence. I can't imagine getting one of these crashes with the silence.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I kind of see it now. It looks like World Bowser.
Yeah.
Especially with like the very harsh squares and the what looks like goat's horn texture. I know that's not what it is, but yeah. What if I like go slightly over here instead? Oh, that's a lovely
Oh,
chord.
That's new.
Okay, what if I go on the left instead? Whoops. I don't think we're gonna get it.
Short, you see?
Oh god. It's like even within one pause, the result is changing. It's getting so close. You can do it, buddy. Come on. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna do one more. Once more with feeling. Do it dead center, or as close to center as I can get. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna reload the room. Shit. No. Okay. It's not gonna happen. It's really cool, but it's not gonna happen.
No fun allowed.
No fun allowed. I can't just instantly go to the credits. I know I did it. I know it's possible, but it's not gonna happen tonight. Not again.
Just find a clip of it on YouTube, put it in the video, and then like put your own watermark like 8 times over the video.
Okay, have we had our fun? I know I have, so let's get back on track, huh? Oh, but first, I need to admit something. I actually played the last 2 worlds twice, because my stupid laptop decided to run out of available disk space midway through Rainbow Resort.
Go a lot further back than that so that the...
And everything beyond this point was lost. Which, you know, was probably for the best, because after spending way too much time on the stone glitch and on the previously mentioned rolling turtle shitfuck, I was pretty out of it and played a whole lot worse. I gave up on trying to go for a lot of the buttons, and I still died about 1,000,000 times, which is unfortunate because being bad at games equals more engagement from people who will never like you, and that's the English way around here. So, whenever I'm using footage from the run back, look for this symbol in the top right. Okay? Good. On with the show. The focal point of the first half of Orange Ocean, more so than any other level, is that it has, oh man, just the most gorgeous colors ever. But with this being the ocean stage, there's admittedly not much for the eye to see beyond the color. The platforms and enemies are all pretty standard fare, just with some water you can swim in.
Look how fucking close that was.
That's why it was pretty important for the color palette to be done right here. And it paid off. It sticks to that central idea of a normally blue ocean turned orange by the sunset, adding in vibrant reds, muted pinks and salmons, stunning oranges, and lovely golden textures. It's a simple difference, sure, just a complementary color change, but it helps turn what would most likely be a forgettable ocean level into a memorable one, especially in contrast with the other levels before it. There's expansive flower gardens lining the outer edges of the mountains on the coast,
That was a UFO guy. I'm so upset.
hills dipping into and crawling out of the water, and more palm trees than you can shake a Bahamas at. Naturally, what is an ocean world without a level that takes place on a ship? It's got lots of goodies hiding in the walls, quite literally, in fact. I hate that stupid puzzle.
What? What the fuck do you mean that's a fucking door?
Sakurai would be doing anything, huh?
Oh my god. And what is this?
And a lovely crew that's just dying to meet you.
Fuck.
You can wonder why these guys are here, but then you step into the precarious palm forests bearing explosive coconuts, and you start to realize why they might not have deboarded yet. I guess it's their loss, though, because we just stepped into a massive cave system hiding dozens of treasures and traps alike. Makes you feel like a real goonie. And considering what's coming up, you're gonna want all these treasures. By any means necessary. Seafaring only gets us so far, and for all these gorgeously sun-baked waters, there's a frigid glacier that we'll be spending the back third in. Climbing the cold mountains, swimming through hollow ice mounds, and suffering through one of the most bullshit canon puzzles ever conceived.
Fuck. God damn it. I didn't even... Oh my god. Jesus Christ.
What the fuck?
They make it so needlessly difficult to do this. Don't even. Fuck. God, okay. It's like, that's the thing. You have to get it on your first try, or you just die, because every single one of these enemies is gonna fall into the pit because of where they spawn. Like, it doesn't matter which one you come from, they're just gonna fall in there. Like, you have to be at the side for this Waddle Dee, short hop for the do, then short hop for the D, hope he doesn't fucking hit you, and if he does, then it's just over.
Replay these task level inputs or you will start over.
Yes. That's what it feels like. And then if you miss,
Oh my fucking god.
you can also just fucking miss. God, it's the worst because when you're going uphill, Kirby clings to the hill as he's going up. And that slows you down. A lot. There we go, I got it. Jesus Christ. A button. What does this button give me? Quick draw.
Thankfully, the upcoming castle grounds are ground zero for routine alien abductions, so getting the most powerful ability in the game is no sweat. And after more poopy bros and Meta Knight getting ahead of himself again, we finally have our showdown with Dreamland's biggest fence sitter.
Come here, bitch.
And, I mean, look, I love the guy. I really do. But did he have to pick his vacation home of all places to duel us? Come on, man. This is a place of joy. You're really killing the vibe. Like, look at the moon up there. He's having a great time, and you're over here trying to kill us. I really don't appreciate it.
Fuck.
Despite how much trouble Orange Ocean as a level gave me, I still have it to thank for plenty of things, least of which being the genesis of this entire idea. I've actually painted Orange Ocean before, and it was... yeesh. But every great idea has to start somewhere, and even though I didn't bother too much with filters, used way more blur than necessary, and put grass on the sand for some reason, it helped me strive to do better, just like every other subpar art piece that I've released. My back towards the sun, the crackles of the remaining daylight fresh upon the water, I reflect on my journey as the sea beams a mirror mountainscape into my eyes. Distant waterfalls, a fellow ship docked on the cold side, and the peering glances of all who still watch over me as I make my final mark and meet my final match. With the fountain of dreams in sight, the waters of calming slumber, the glow of 1,000 dreams kept hidden away, cascading onto the land below. The final stop on our adventure is here, Rainbow Resort, a massive land of cold and perpetual night, emblazoned with stars no matter where you are. Our introduction to this world is very unique. Super dark, completely frozen over, the only light source being your lasers as they ricochet off the ice and into unsuspecting sleeping dreamlanders.
Best love on the game.
Beyond this, there are trenches to dig through and a freezing desert night, fortified at every inch. Around the next corner is a tower. That's the only thing here. Silence and a challenge. A battalion filled with all of the game's many mini-bosses. Poppy, Frosty, TikTok, and the Big Bong. Rolling Turtle, Bugsy, Firelion, oh my. But once you break through, what awaits you on the other side is nothing short of glorious. The true colors and true beauty of Rainbow Resort. The polka dot floors, the nebulaic bursts in the sky. It's a location that nothing else truly compares to. Never done before and arguably never done since. It's ambiguous in its theming. It has a mishmash effect of dozens of seemingly unrelated ideas.
This room fucking sucks because of the Brontos.
Ice, space, music, polka dots, and these odd arch structures. It doesn't really do much to make these things come together. It's chaotic. And maybe that makes sense. Maybe it has something to do with the corruption of the Star Rod and the Dream Spring. The lack of dreams flowing throughout Dreamland starts to warp the world around it, creating a lucid landscape that, like dreams, doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Take, for example, this flower garden here, teeming with ball boys and leftover knights. They're guarding a gauntlet of color-coded enemy rooms and Gordo traps, the odd wireframe decor providing a unique backdrop. There's clusters of bomb traps, a fight with a mama tire while her rowdy-ass kid makes the screen shake the whole time. And then you reach the Star Geysers. The power of the stars makes you float. They can push you right back down just the same. It's something we haven't really seen too much afterwards, probably because...
Don't. God.
Yeah.
I was preparing for this room. This exact room. By getting all those fucking lives. It was this room I know I was gonna have a problem with.
But hey, the next room is a cannon puzzle.
Let the pepper and then light the fuse by standing Kirby on the very edge of the falling ledge. Sprint to the right. Upon the lightning, the fuse get into the cannon. What you're telling me is that I did it the hard way the last time I did it. Obviously, that part wasn't recorded, but I was trying to do it with the fireball. What I really have to do is this.
Yeah, coming back to this game has reminded me of the mindset game designers had at this time. Difficulty in these older NES games didn't come from natural challenge. It's just bullshit. unreasonably tight timing windows.
Replay these task level inputs or you will start over.
What does the guide say about this, actually? Waddle Dee's a Waddle Do a Cubert. It calls the fire enemies Cuberts. That dates this by a lot, as if the ASCII didn't already do that. Right, followed by quickly diving down the hole and landing the cannon to be shot off screen. It doesn't have a strategy, it just says do it. I just want to get through. Okay, let's see if I can get this.
Oh, I remember doing this.
Yeah, you have to turn like super. Oh god.
Yeah,
Yep.
but I hate doing that.
Not even anticipating gets you through that. Sucks.
Ruthlessly aggressive enemies.
Son of a bitch. Okay. Oh my god. Bronto Bird Stop Being an Annoying Piece of Shit challenge failed. Fuck. They put that one on a different timer on purpose. Even still. That's fucking dirty.
What?
Are you fucking god?
Hello?
This is my punishment for shit talking Sakurai in my TIFF video.
Borderline undetectable secrets.
That extra block is a door. The texture just isn't different. That's cheeky. Oh my god.
What?
There's just a door there! There was just a fucking door. No, look. This was the door.
Are you
They
fucking
just
serious?
expect you to find that because it's a one block gap in the wall.
But how the fuck is anyone expected to find that?
It is so dumb. Because you can't use it in water. And the particles don't go that low. Wait, can you light fuses with laser?
Yes.
I don't remember.
That's
think
why.
I'm pretty sure.
I was looking at the slope on the roof. Yep, you need laser for this. Now shed Kirby of any power he may have. Press up where the Blade Knight was located and swallow the laser ball for his laser. Okay. Once again, stretching the definition of what is considered a door. That is so dumb. That is so dumb.
And required backtracking.
Part of me wants to say hammer, because hammer is the answer for fucking everything that doesn't make sense in this game.
Yeah.
You'll never listen to me.
Alright, Bonkers. I promise I don't hate you. I just need hammer for like 15 million things. Yeah, even he wants to get this over with. He gave me the double star.
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem, because fucking Adventure, like, has 15 million blocks that all have the property of can't be broken by anything except hammer. I lost it. It has 15 million blocks that all have the property of can't be broken unless you have hammer. And fucking, like, they all have, like, 5 different textures.
Yeah.
Yep. Of course. Hammer is always the solution. That's the only reason why I didn't get that button the first time, was because getting hammer into this room is a stupidly difficult task. This time around, the enemies want to be nice to me.
These kinds of underhanded tactics used to artificially inflate the difficulty were everywhere back in the day. Common practice brought about by arcade culture. Do I think it ruins the game? No, it was a different time back then. People were used to this kind of stuff and were more readily equipped to deal with it.
I don't think this game is actually hard. I think it's just that people are attributing the difficulty of this game not to their, like, the actual skill of it, but just, like, the fact that there's so much unavoidable bullshit.
Yeah, like,
Yeah, everything's back.
I feel like the early Kirby games, the fact that you lose your ability in one hit adds a lot to the difficulty, and at that point it's just kind of like, I don't know if artificial is the right term for it,
I would call it
but that's
artificial.
kind of like where most of it comes from.
I think my biggest issue with like the older Kirby games is like if you get hit, you lose your ability.
Yeah,
like
you don't-
just once.
You don't get a second chance.
And also, like the health bar is like way better than like health points by like a large margin.
But as we've made more complicated games and gaming consoles, we found new, better ways to challenge the player. So coming back to this,
Oh, and I... Okay.
That is so... I saw that. Like, that was so... so not cool.
It ain't easy to tolerate. The only thing this difficulty ruins, I think, is the timelessness of the game.
So far, having replayed this game again, and actually, like, going for everything, all of the secrets and shit, that seems to be my one and only complaint. All of the secrets in this game, meant for 100% completion, are bullshit. They were probably bullshit back then, they are definitely bullshit now.
But the game knows all this, and it throws us a bone. The final level of Rainbow Resort is a recreation of several rooms from the original Kirby's Dream Land, complete with a remix of Green Greens, no abilities to inhale, and the exact same moon secret in the final room. It's a love letter to the first game in the series, the first of many, and I mean many occurrences of Kirby being self-celebratory. And it all started right here, on his second ever outing. It's honestly really sweet. Never stop being you, Kirby. This is undoubtedly my favorite of all the paintings. And no, I'm not just saying that because of recency bias, though I cannot completely deny its involvement in good faith. For a lot of these paintings, it was a learning process. Finding new brushes and tools to use, learning where symmetry saves me and where it shoots me in the foot, learning what filters do what, where to use them, and how to come to terms with whatever mistakes I may find. Because no one is perfect. But Rainbow Resort comes the closest. When I look at these paintings, I don't see the things I should have done. I only see things I could have done. I could have painted a worm's eye view of Yogurt Yard that captured just how tall and oppressive the mountains are. I could have painted Ice Cream Island from the distant desert dunes instead, or Butter Building from a more distant part of the surrounding forest, framing everything in a much wider and further shot. I could have turned the camera view back around to let you see way more of Grape Gardens, or see Vegetable Valley from the peaks of the distant mountains, or to see more of the titular Orange Ocean. I could have painted Rainbow Resort from a lower angle, to imply that I was swimming in the dream spring as I painted. But these are all just different dreams from the same pool, and ultimately, the final result isn't worth turning over and starting again just because I had an enlightenment way too late. I'm not allergic to a finished but under-realized project. I simply allow others to take my dream and give it their own spin, for whatever reasoning they may have that ignites that creative flame.
Alright. Now let's go kick King Dedede's ass. Come here, you fat fucking bitch. I know all your tricks at this point. I've fought you twice before. I'm not showing mercy. You ain't get me with that. Not again. No, you're going up here, buddy. You ain't nothing, pal. Oh, now you want to jump. About time. I remember the first time you gave me like 5 jumps in a row. That shit was nuts. Oh my god, you're off screen? Alright, you're one away. I know those last 3 health bars, that's 1 single star. Give it to me nicely. There you go. Dumbass.
The formative nature of this finale cannot be understated. Nightmare's reveal, in a small little cutscene, set the tone for every Kirby final boss sequence going forward. Massive plot twist? Check. Character interaction that creates depth without a single word of spoken, or in this case written, dialogue? Check. Behemoth monster with incredible power? Well, compared to the Lovecraftian cosmic horrors of later entries, I think Nightmare is a little tame, but he definitely held his weight in 1993. Check. And we can't forget about the super weapon, the Star Rod, which instantly takes us up into a shmup-style fight with Nightmare's orb form. I hate the fact that this is under a time limit. You have like a minute to learn his patterns and be able to adapt to them, which, on my first playthrough, meant several game overs. and you don't get a checkpoint. You die, you have to fight DDD and watch the cutscene again. And DDD was hard enough as is. But when you finally take care of him,
Okay.
you get a warp star. Use it to chase
No.
Nightmare to the moon.
Okay. This is it. Haven't died once, which is very surprising. If I do die in this last phase, though, wouldn't be surprised. I'm just now remembering how much fun I had fighting Nightmare. I really hope this is recording.
And he doesn't get any easier up here. He wastes no time at all, shifting into his true form and shooting Kirby out of the sky. Thankfully, this is a cutscene and doesn't do any damage, because I was on 2 health and that would have been very bad.
Fuck.
Okay, so it's come down to this. This is it. The final climactic showdown with a being of pure darkness to save the dreams of Dreamland from terrible restless nights and ugly eye bags. Only you have what it takes to defeat Nightmare and stop the corrupt.
Oh, wow, okay. That ended way faster than I thought. Holy shit. I beat him with 1 health. I'm a fucking gamer, baby. Oh.
And with that, Kirby's Adventure is over. What a fantastic little game. A beautiful little game. This was a foundation for the series in so many wonderful ways, and I would honestly claim with my whole chest that if this game looked any different than the way it does here, the entire series would have been changed in unthinkable ways, and it would not capture me the way that it does. It's crazy to think that this was a rush job. Yeah, I know, the game lags like shit, and there's this weird bit of unrendered space that creeps up in some areas, but I'm not just talking about that. HAL Labs was on the verge of bankruptcy right after Kirby's Dream Land came out, according to Sakurai himself. The game was supposed to be just a port of the original game for the NES, even though the Super Nintendo came out a year before, because it would have been easy to develop, require less gear, and could be put out to retail faster. Planning started in 1992 and the game came out in 93. 1 year to make everything that we just saw. That is nuts. Props to everyone who could pull off this kind of work on such a major time crunch. And if you want more perspective on that, I highly recommend Sakurai's video on Kirby's Adventure if you haven't seen any of his content already.
Bye, Kirby.
The last thing I want to talk about is the GBA port, Nightmare in Dreamland. Now, if I were talking about this a couple years ago, I would have cut the music, zoomed my profile picture in real big in the corner, said a simple, "It's terrible," and then cut straight to the outro for comedic effect. And whether or not I was doing that out of hatred or just an unwillingness to talk about it would have been left as a debate topic in the comments. But I don't know. I've been taught that when you're surrounded by people who all seem to collectively hate something, they're either being pretentious or just don't care to see the full picture. So I took the liberty of briefly skimming a 100% run of the game to see what was so bad about it. And I came to the conclusion that, at least for the sake of this video's subject, art design and graphics, this remake fucking sucks.
I thought it was okay,
Yeah.
but I think the overall aesthetic of Adventure is way better, which is wild to think about. I'm not even gonna lie to you, because like what do you mean an NES game beat you at like looks and visuals.
The only things that look good are the map screens, which are virtually unchanged from Adventure, just with more pixels. A lot of the terrain and platforms that used to be solid blocks became bland, empty platforms that made every stage feel empty. The character of the original Kirby's Adventure was sapped in favor of a bland and sauceless land. And on top of that, what was once an intricately tiled background has been relegated to a single low-res image with minor parallax scrolling. Except actually, I love the backgrounds from this game, just not how they look on the GBA. When you look at them from far enough away, when you can't clearly see every pixel, everything just pops. It's that old tactic of making a detailed 3D space, downscaling it, and applying a very limited color palette to it, which is a style that I love. There's just too little pixels here. It was downscaled too much. So when you see it hyper-zoomed in the actual game, it's just... oh boy. Amazing Mirror was not like this. And yeah, sure, some songs were changed into ones from newer games, some songs play in areas they weren't supposed to originally, whatever. Realistically, with the updated physics, new content in the form of Meta Nightmare, high-quality animation and sprite work, and the lack of lag...
God, the lag is so bad. Look at it. It's so bad.
It's a good way to play the game, but it's not the best. But that's whatever. What's more important is that the original Kirby's Adventure is a gorgeous game, even 32, almost 33 years after it released.
Adventure is the best looking game on the NES. And like, it's not even close, to be honest with you.
I can't speak to that, but I do think it's the best Kirby game on the NES.
And if you didn't see the beauty of it the same way that I did, I'd love to hear some of your interpretations of this game's set pieces. Art is nothing without conversation, after all. Thanks for watching. Welcome back to the end card, everybody. Sorry I was gone for so long. I was busy boycotting this fucking website, and you should too. On top of that, I've also been working on my recently acquired Pizza Tower mod that had its last update published back at the beginning of October. I'll have a link to the Game Nana page if you guys want to check it out. I don't know how much of my audience actually enjoys this game, but I mean, it's a project that I'm working on, so of course I'm going to promote it. It includes a link to the Discord server for the mod, a link to my Bandcamp release of the current full soundtrack, which I'll update periodically as I tweak it, and the mod itself, of course. I'm very proud of it, if that isn't obvious by how much I'm promoting it. I've got a great team under my belt, we're making some awesome stuff, it's just going to take forever. That's pretty par for the course with these. When I'm not working on that, I have a bunch more video ideas I want to make in the future. That does include making this video into a type of series where I do this exact thing for every Kirby game. It'll be a lot of work, but it'll be a lot of fun at the same time, so please let me know if you want to see that by subscribing and liking the video and doing all the rest of that bullshit. In the meantime, look forward to a video on the Cappies. I'm very confident they'll be my next subject, whenever that happens. See you then.
What program are you using to play?
This is the emulator I'm using is Misen. It's widely considered like the most accurate NES emulator on the market right now, or so I've been told.